Okay, where my tree at? Let me scoot over this way. It's giving, man, bro, my shoulder. I kind of need to listen to this real quick, don't I? But I gotta hurry up and get live, okay? Because my baby daddy gonna be home soon. Y'all, and look at this. Do I got a line on my head? What am I? Hey, y'all, everybody. It do feel like Friday, but it's not. Happy Thursday. Happy July 4th Eve. Are we celebrating July 4th? I got on this blue, but are we celebrating July 4th? Let me pull up TikTok too. Oh, hold on. Where's my other phone? Okay, we about to multitask, y'all. Y'all about to see how I be getting my work done when I be mentoring people. I'm gonna do that while I'm on live because, like I said, I got about an hour, but I want to get on here because we only got a few hours before the sale ends for DWA Girl, and we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. So I know everybody in there anyway. Right there. Let me, let me grab some goddamn Cornmex. Yeah, y'all know I be talking. My mouth be dry, baby, because you know I be talking for 2 hours. Lord. Okay, and then let me. Is it rude to listen to people's messages while you're on live? I'm gonna turn it down. Takesha girl, I hope you don't be offended by this, or maybe I shouldn't say the person name. That was dumb. Let me see. But I'm trying to multitask because you usually take people come in. It said something about doing a virtual card. One was Sizzle, if I'm not mistaken, and the other two, I don't know if it was Klarna or what. So I just want to make sure I understand. So you're saying that if I use Klarna, I can actually have the person get a virtual card and do it that way. So if that's the case, then how do I get paid? Do I get paid in like segments, or will I still get all of my money up front? And then also, I know you had mentioned that you. And why is B Simone crying about going to H&M as if her looks have ever get? Why you had the additional $100 and what that goes to? So I'm sorry, girl. I'm just trying to figure all of this out because I'm so ready. Well, I have to get ready because girl. Hey y'all, I see too. I ain't got a job. Hey Tori. So I'm having to. Girl, look, I'm trying to multitask. Create my own income, and it's been tough. But I said, God. You know, you're a mom. You can do this. So happy Thursday, sis. What you got going on? Talking to my people, being on TikTok. I'm gonna actually start my YouTube channel. As you should. You know, start as you motherfucking should. I can tell you. And I don't know, with YouTube, am I able to go live with a small amount of followings, or do I have to have like a certain amount of people following before I can go live? And I'm sorry, I'm asking you 50 million questions in this, and I know you're working, and I apologize. But yeah, I just like I said, I have got to get this rolling because, again, girl, I don't have a job, so money is plenty, and I know, right? It feels like everybody been saying Happy Friday. I'm like, it's definitely Thursday, ain't it, y'all? But yeah, me too, sis. I'm not doing nothing, but I'm working on NPM. But and looking at her site now, she's only promoting RBA with her own mentorship. And I think again, people are like turned off with the way that Rachel did with DWA. So they are. There go my alarm. Damn, child. We gonna get this done though. As people come in, y'all know if y'all got any questions or whatever like that. I received my workbook today. Tori, did you just really got to get on live and just share it? Oh shit, where was I at? Sarah, oh my god. Hold on. I think I was like right here. Her own mentorship. And I think again, people are like turned off with the way that Rachel did with DWA. So I don't know, but yeah, I just saw her and she inspired me as well, along with your story. I mean, you both have amazing stories. So that's why I'm like, okay, Keisha, if you're gonna do this, you got to do this, and you got to get in front of the people, and they got to hear my story, and you know, I just got to talk to them. So I'm ready to do that. And girl, just somebody that I be helping. Monday, well, I don't want to put nobody business out there. Just somebody I be helping. $4,000 in 7 days and continue to do that every 7 days. Girl, that would be awesome. I am not looking to work nobody's job if that's the case. So, but yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. But if you could just let me know what you meant by adding the $100 extra and what that goes to, and what plan you were using. Hey y'all, as y'all come in, happy Thursday.
I'm multitasking. I hope you don't mind, but hey, some people be want to know what it's like behind the scenes, so I'm showing it to you live. I had just got off a couple calls, so I'm like sending out notes and stuff like that. My phone about to die. Um, but as always, I definitely want to get in here and share. I did a Q&A today, and did nobody. I got 3 questions, y'all, and they was all the same questions. So I'm definitely in an answering mood. So if you need help with anything, if you want to learn how to get started on how to make money online with digital products, that's what I do, and that's what I typically get on here and do help moms, help women, help anybody really. Child, the charger ain't giving, but let me respond back to her really quickly. So yeah, ask away. I'm also going to be logging on TikTok here again, girl. Pushing it, right? But we got to make this happen because, like I said, my baby daddy, when he come home, I'm trying to spend time with him. Hey, girl. So the first thing I'm gonna say, so the extra $100, real quickly, that is so kind of basically protecting yourself, if that makes sense. So the fact that the customer doesn't have to go through like a credit check, even though Klarna and Sezzle and all that bullshit, it's like a soft pull. But some people like, girl, like I don't want my credit pull. I've had people where they were like they were in the process of getting ready to buy the house, so they don't want their credit pull. So offering that custom payment plan, to protect yourself, charging that extra $100, because I ain't even gonna lie to you, girl. I done had a few people, more so in the beginning of my journey, but you still have like a safety net as far as getting them they asses banned, but like where they won't pay the payment plan. So one, it kind of gives that point of like, hey, they're serious, they're gonna actually pay the shit. And two, like unfortunately, with you not going that route of, because you getting access to some shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't getting all the money for it. So, you're essentially taking a chance. So that's to protect you. That's that. And then as far as, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like some people link the virtual cards on their site. If you want to do that, you can do that. Again, just telling you from my experience, I tell people all the time, like, hey girl, go on Klarna, go on Afterpay, Sezzle, and Affirm, and like create you an account, because baby, one thing's for certain and two things for sure, baby, they're probably going to use that shit again. And like to kind of, I guess, I don't know, spice it up a little bit. But unfortunately, right now on Stan Store, the Klarna and Afterpay payments aren't available, and not even the paying for, like, let alone the extended payment. So you have that. So hopefully that helps a little, like I said. But I would still just have a backup store again. Beacons is still probably a good option, just because it's free, and then you can still refer the people to, if you have any issues with your Stan Store or something like that, to getting the virtual card and just having them use that. So I hope that helps. And no, you're funny. It's fine, girl. I've been saying it all day, like happy Friday, and it's motherfucking Thursday. But yeah, let me know if I missed anything. But I think that was everything. And thank you for saying that. I really do appreciate it. But okay, girl, I'll be talking to you soon. Okay, yeah. If I didn't get that done, I wouldn't have got it done. But hey, I just wanted to hop on here and say, let me log into yeah, this is gonna be the same. This is gonna be the same title it was yesterday. Okay, but I need to send an email out. Email marketing. I'm gonna send these notes to old girl, and then baby, I am done, y'all. I hope y'all getting ready about to enjoy y'all weekend. I mean, I ain't really celebrating 4th of July because the state that we're in these days. I ain't celebrating that shit. Definitely celebrated Juneteenth though. But no, I definitely wanted to get on here and just let y'all know that you only have, basically less than 24 hours to get Digital Wealth Academy on sale, $100 off. That is the program that I got started with. That's the program that you always hear me on here talking about. You are going to hear a lot more about NPM starting next week, so I'm excited about that. But without DWA, I wouldn't have been able to create my own program. So if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Sierra Janine, wife and mom of 2. And I've been in the digital product space, preferably done for you digital products, but digital products as a whole, for a little bit over a year, like a year and a month and some change. And I, really just kind of found a passion for helping people get started, and just making money. It's just such a good feeling to hear people's transformations and their starting point, and kind of like where they're at now. And I also kind of, y'all know I always got a goddamn story, don't y'all? That's the one good thing about talking to people and me not necessarily doing in-depth mentorship anymore. I think I'm going to kind of miss, because like, not saying that you got to have a story to get on live, but like, I feel like maybe that's kind of what guides my life sometimes. I'm just being honest with y'all, okay? But I'm not gonna say the person's name because I know she's shy or whatever. She might pop up in here, but if she do, that's fine. That's fine. But I just want to share this because I always get excited. It was so funny because I was just vlogging and I was talking about it too. And then I'll share the course with y'all. And like again, if y'all have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But basically, long story short, I just got off a call with one of my mentees, and she has been doing this. Well, technically, she bought these programs back in like late February. Is that 90 days? February, March. So, but anyways, it's been about 90 days since she's been in the digital marketing space. This is a person that is completely brand new to this space, not even comfortable posting content, not like again, complete beginner, right? But I think this is important, and this is why I want to share this with y'all. And again, I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want her to feel offended, but sis, I gotta share this. I have to. So, and again, if y'all see this on the vlog, mind your goddamn business, okay? Because I'm gonna repeat myself. I don't care. So, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I take mentorship very seriously. I take the coaching aspect of this very seriously. I don't want to waste nobody's time. I don't want to lead nobody on. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. But I will say, even for me in the beginning, when I first got into coaching and mentoring, and kind of like fell into it because people were like, hey, I needed help, and then it was like, hey, what you're doing is essentially mentoring and coaching. And again, I kind of fell into the space, was not my plan at all. But the one thing that I try to be very intentional about is, and this is why I'm always saying, y'all, I'll be implementing God. I cuss a lot, but God knows my heart. But I'm always going to, really consult with him. And I'm like, God, like, give me the words to say. I really want to help this person with their strategy. Like, give me ideas and everything like that. And that's why I'm always saying, like, y'all, everything that I do, everything that I am, again, it may not be the most godly thing, but it's God. Like, cause I pray, baby, everything that I literally consult with Jesus before I do it. I just do. Okay, what am I gonna eat today, Lord? Where are we driving? Like, for real. But no, so I'm on this call, and again, this is someone that has been a complete beginner, and she kind of was like, working. Obviously, when you're starting, you're not making any money in this, business module. You still trying to work a job, you still being a mom, all of that stuff you got going on. But then on top of that, she decided to kind of like go back into a side hustle that she kind of always wanted to invest in and learn and like get her, certification or whatever you want to call for it. And so she decided to kind of do that. And so I was like, hey girl, where you been at? And she was just like, oh, I've been working on this thing or whatever like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Now me, y'all know me, if you know me, since I've been in this digital marketing space, one thing I'm gonna always do, baby, is plug that product. I'm gonna always tie in digital marketing because this is what I'm always trying to say, y'all. Like, you can literally tie in anything that you're doing, because if you are solving people's problems, you can create a digital product and make money and capitalize off of it. Point blank, period. So I have to set the tone for y'all a little bit. So this person is very like soft spoken, very, I don't want to say timid because I feel like that's not the right word, but just very like shy. She's always been that way with me. Y'all know me, I'm crazy. I tend to have a tendency of like getting people out of their shells, but like she's very, very shy. Very shy. Not like just very like typically when I do our calls, I be like, again, I know I talk a lot and I'm aware of that. But at the same time, I do be like aware, like a girl, shut me up, like, and tell me, and people will be like, okay, bitch, let me talk now. But she's not like that at all, right? And this is how she's always been. And, when it comes to creating content, when you're a beginner, a lot of people are kind of like, well, I think I kind of know what I'm doing. Well, I'm getting better at it. And, I'm a big believer in, one, I'm gonna tell you the truth, but that's also like, giving people that encouragement, because you need that. Sometimes it just takes a person complimenting something that you're doing, even when you think it's your worst or whatever, right? And so that's kind of always been like our back and forth. But I got on this call with her today, and it's so crazy because again, every time I get on calls, I make it a point. I pray and I be like, God, use me, give me the words to say. Let this, meeting flow how it needs to flow. Let her get the help that she needs. God, give me, again, use me, Father God. I don't know. Okay. And so literally when she gets on the call, and again, y'all, I am a huge, if you don't know this about me, I am big on energy. I cannot say it enough. I'm so grateful to be at this point in my life where I can feel it and just know, okay, just know that about me. But anyway, so immediately when we get on the call, because it's like a a Google Meet, I mean, like something just instantly hit me, and I was like, "Girl, you look like like you a whole different person. Who is you?" And she was like, "What are you saying? What are you saying? Like, what do you mean?" And I'm like, "Girl, you are completely." And she was like, "Why? Why are you saying that?" And I'm like, "You are." So then, basically, long story short, she hops into the conversation. She's telling me, what she's been working on, and the way she was talking, the way that she was speaking, I was like, girl, this is what the hell you need to be doing. I mean, again, you can implement and take what you're learning. And again, I'm gonna get to that. But I'm like, this is what the hell you need to be doing. And she was like, do you really think so? And that's one thing that I'm like, as much as I believe in coaching and mentoring, y'all, like I'm here and I'm just speaking for, I'm not, well, I don't want to say I'm speaking for all coaches and mentoring, but essentially I am. We are just here to aid you. I cannot promise you success. I cannot do the job for you. I cannot want it for you. This is all completely up to you. But at the same time, that energy, that confidence, that is the key to all this shit, y'all. I've seen people sell bullshit, but guess what? They was confidently selling that shit. They was showing up with, you know what I'm saying, with good energy behind it, and that's what makes people move they pocketbooks, they wallets, or whatever. Like I'm just being completely honest. That's why there's 1,001 courses out here, y'all. As I always say at the cereal owl theory, there's 1,001. And so when people get into this, space of thinking that they can't do it or whatever, but the point that I'm trying to make from here is I know a lot of people are be so afraid to invest in like a course or something like that. And they're like, how can I take off with this? But the part that really, and this is how I'm trying to tie it together where it's gonna make sense, y'all, I promise. The part that I want people to understand and take away from this is don't do it because you've seen my life or you've seen somebody else's life and you're like, oh, I want that, because a lot of people get into that for that. Like you really need to be open. This is why I'm always saying praying, ask God, fast, do whatever you need to do to hear what he has, because his plan for you could be 10 times bigger. I've worked with a lot of people, y'all, and this is where if you ever hear me where I'm like, some of my students, they make more money than me. They brands have taken off, but like seriously, like they got into this space of I want to sell this digital marketing course because I seen her do it. I seen her do it. I seen her do it. And she has success, with it. But again, God's plan for you could be so much bigger, could be so much more lucrative, and you could really take off with that. And when it comes to the course and everything like that, it's still worth the investment because you can take the skills from it and apply it to that, and as we were on the call, she was saying like, I'm just grateful that, because I was like, well, again, I'm a very open, straight shooter type person. I'm like, I really, because I'm like trying to break it down and explain this to her. I'm like, because she's like, well, why would I just pivot and stop trying to do it? Like, I want to at least, keep going and stuff. And I'm like, sis, like, think of the time and how this is all aligning and making sense. You're learning these skills. Literally, you didn't know about marketing. You didn't know about branding. Hell, you didn't even know about social media. And as far as like posting, but now you have all of that stuff, behind you. So, because again, this is something that she had tried before in the past, but it wasn't falling into place like how she wanted it to. And the fact that it came back around and you're doing it. And I'm like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, the way that she was talking, I was like, sis, your energy, your confidence, because she's one thing we've been talking about is like getting on live. And I'm like, sis, you're gonna have to get on live. You gotta get on live. And she's like, I'm in scary. So as I'm on the call with her, I'm like, if you got on live today and you had to talk about, this other thing that you're working on, how would you feel? And she was like, I would feel fine. And I was like, you see what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about. So again, like y'all, I can't say it enough. I get on here and yes, I show people a course that helped me learn the skills that I needed. But with anything, especially with everything that be going on in the world, it's important to keep creating and keep creating multiple streams of income, keep creating different ways for you to learn, to take in knowledge and stuff like that. Like it don't stop there. Millionaires are constantly investing in their education, in their, I don't know, personal development, whatever you want to call it. So don't let that be your, I guess, resting ground. I don't know the word, but like, again, I went the route of the done for you route. I think it's an easier route, but is that like my forever? Is this something that I want to do forever? Now, look, if the money keep coming in, all I got to do, look, and keep showing up on live, I'm going to be here. But I'm just saying, like, for a lot of people that want to get into this or have been looking for a way to passively make an income, this is a great starting point. And I try to make it a point to always say, like, to me, I look at this as like your training wheels as entering into entrepreneurship, entering into creating your business, finally getting that LLC that you want and structuring your business how you need to. But this is not it. this is, again, that's why I say this is the lazy girl route. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially you're promoting somebody else's stuff. You know, it ain't yours, but you making some money from it. But you know, it ain't nothing like having your own. It be your own. You know what I'm saying? So again, I get on here and share it because it's just a great stream of income. It's not like meant to be. You don't have to follow the exact way that I, you know, did it, or how you see somebody else because you see some people talking about it. Like, don't limit yourself. Just because you want to get somewhere in life, right? Say, hey, God, like, I want you to just bless my journey of entrepreneurship, or God, I want you to send me the information that I need, send me the skills that I can need that's going to aid me and guide me to whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish or whatever. You know what I mean? But like, energy, I can't say it enough. If you are passionate about something and you know you have good energy about it, and again, this is why I'm always telling like students, like when they be like, oh, I don't know who my niche is, or I don't know who I'm going to be talking to, or I don't know what to talk about. Like, again, you're so focused on trying to compare your journey to somebody else or do what somebody else is doing because you think that that is working. But again, you don't know how many times that person has started over 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. That's why I be, baby, so confused when people be trying to like put me on a little mini pedestal. I be like, girl, have you been on my YouTube page? Have you went to the beginning and seen me struggling? But I keep the videos up because I want people to see that, you know. So again, I'm gonna show y'all the course because I'm on here. And again, I still think it's a great course to get. Don't get me wrong. But bitch, think big, bitch. You gotta think big, bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Can I say that on TikTok? Well, you said I can cuss on there. But yeah, okay. But anyways, so sorry. That was just like a story that I had to share. But I just get so excited about those type of things because I've had so many students where it was just like it wasn't happening for them. And again, for some people, it may not happen in a week, it may not happen in 60 days, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen, right? But at the same time, um, if you are passionate about something or whatever like that, that's the thing that you need to be talking about. It should not be work. Like y'all, this ain't like so many people I talk to, they be like have major anxiety about getting on live and stuff like that. And I'm like, it should not be work. It's only anxiety because you don't think you know what you're talking about. So if you talk about something that you know that you're talking about and turn that motherfucker into a digital product, baby, what? Like, I'm just saying. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all the courses again. My man gonna be here soon. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask away. But I did want to just share that. And again, I have so many stories like that of so many people. You know, it was this guy. Well, I have two guys. Ironically, they both were like in the CDO industry. He was someone. He had bought Digital Wealth Academy. I'm gonna say this story, and then I promise. This guy put it on my heart. I got saved. But like he had got Digital Wealth Academy, and like we was working for what, 4 months, and he didn't get any sales, wasn't making no money. And like he was someone, because I was like, he was in the course, I ain't even gonna lie, he was going through the course and I knew he was, and he wasn't. And I was like, one day we just happened to be on one of our calls, and I was like, you know, well, what is it, what excites you? Like, if you could think of one thing in a way of helping people, what's something that's exciting? I said, don't think about it, just what's the first thing that come to mind? And he at the time was like, well, I know this is kind of weird, but like, I just helped. He was like, I helped 4 of my people recently get their CDLs, because there's like a process that you have to go through. And I guess, you know, child, I don't know, passing the exam, the test, whatever it's called, or whatever. And so the way he was talking about it, and again, the same thing with her, like he like lit up. He was like, yeah, I just helped 4 of my bros, you know, get their CDLs and this is whatever like that. And I said, that's what the hell you need to be doing. Fuck trying to resell this course. And that's cool. And y'all, and I'm telling y'all, fast forward, long story short, when we, you know, because I helped him put like together his ebook and his courses and stuff. Y'all, when I say he literally took off, I don't know. I had to find Teron's page, but when I say he took off and like was fuck making the commission from DWA, like making way more money because he created a course, a high ticket course that people were actually buying. Dudes was actually, and I'm like, dude, this is a whole like an industry. So again, like, but at the same time, the skills to be able to put that course together, the skills to market it, being on social media, he used that from, you know, DWA. So again, it wasn't like it was a waste in the investment, but at the same time, baby, if it ain't working for my people that's been in this space for a while and it's just like, man, it's just not clicking, it's not doing what I want to do, it's time for you to talk about something else. Take the skills that you've learned, use that shit and apply it to what you're doing, okay? But I'm gonna quickly show y'all DWA and I'm gonna get off here, okay? But that was my story of the day. Let me go in here. really quickly and let me. And my shoulder, y'all. I'm sorry. That's why I don't like to work. That's why I don't like to work out. But yeah, y'all, the course that I'm always talking about, the one that I'm always referring to, is Digital Wealth Academy. Y'all, I'm gonna turn my screen around here, and I had to get on here because I don't know if I'm gonna be on live tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, especially with it being a holiday and everything like that. Hell, y'all probably ain't gonna be on live. So I know a lot of people go back and watch the lives. I know a lot of people always ask me, girl, when is DWA gonna be on sale? When it gonna be on sale? Girl, I don't know when they gonna do it again, but don't hold me, okay? I might need to turn my light off. Hold on, y'all. Let me move this. Oh shit. Hold on. I know it'll be black on YouTube sometimes for a minute anyway, but let me move that light out of the way because that was giving a little. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. But y'all, this is Digital Wealth Academy. Hey y'all, welcome in on TikTok. I'm sorry, I wasn't even saying nothing. But this is Digital Wealth Academy. And again, great course, as you can hear me, like as I'm saying, like talking about, different people and their journeys in this. So many different ways, so many different paths that you can take. Can y'all see my screen on YouTube? I'm sorry if not. I know it'll be taking a minute, but with Digital Wealth Academy, I myself started with this program last year, y'all. I always tell people I was trying to sell my own digital products in the UGC space because I felt like I had a lot of knowledge and I could help people. I could solve people's problem, wanting to learn as a complete beginner how to get started with UGC, how to pitch to brands with no followers, what to say when they try to offer you gifted shit, how to set your rates, putting together a portfolio, all of that, right? And I was really, really proud. I was so excited because, I had did the Canva and the Chat GPT and all that. And I even had bought a course that didn't necessarily discuss like the actual marketing side of it, but just how to put together, different PDF. We didn't need alarms, different PDFs and stuff like that. But so when I hopped on the scene, I was, again, excited to promote my products or whatever. And literally nobody bought the shit. Nobody. I would have a sale maybe one every couple of, I ain't even gonna say weeks, months, maybe. And it was like, I feel like just really just a random person that was just like, at this point, I'm just trying to support because I feel sorry for you. That's what it was giving. No, so it really had me like turning my nose up against digital marketing and thinking like, baby, these motherfuckers out here is lying. Okay, what is you talking about? I gotta read her message. So I kind of like was like, no, these people talking about they making 30K, 40K, they lying. Cause I just gave shit away, okay, for $37, a whole package deal, and ain't nobody buying my stuff. But it was because I didn't know how to market. It was because I didn't know how to sell. I didn't even get on live and discuss my products at all. Like y'all, this is literally in my digital marketing business personally. This is honestly where I make all of my money, being on live, being, just literally having a conversation with you as you watching this video or coming back and watching it. This is just me being completely truthful. Now, granted, I do get some inquiries from my content, but lately these days, probably this whole goddamn year, to be honest with you, 95% of my sales come from live. And that's just my personal journey in this. So many different ways to promote digital products and get creative with it. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But I happen to come across, as a struggling UGC or promoter trying to promote my little products, I happened to come across a YouTube video of a YouTuber that I've watched for years, someone that I felt like, obviously I trusted. Hey, Bree, welcome in, sis. And I seen her talking about it, and I had, basically, I ain't gonna say fell for, but I basically have bought other things that this person had suggested. And I felt like, well, hell, she ain't never steered me wrong. But when she said the price, I was like, I don't know. So she, here's someone that, has all these subscribers, all these followers, but she was experiencing burnout as a creator and feeling like, at this point to make money online, I have to keep doing brand deals. And I think it even was at a point, I don't want to tell her story like that, but like, I think it was even almost at a point where it was like, I don't want to do brand deals if I don't believe in the product just to be paying my bills. So, she was looking for a way to pivot, and that definitely sparked my curiosity because again, and this is why we don't need to be trying to compare our lives to nobody else, y'all. This is why this is where that comes in. Here I am like, man, I wish I was at where she's at, and I wish I didn't have to work a job and I'm just, getting brand deals and everything like that. So long story short, I continue watching the vlog, and as she's sharing like her journey, and she's like, hey, I'm going through these different modules and it's teaching me skills. Here I am, and I'm speaking as if I'm her or paraphrasing. She was like, here I am, someone who does have a large following on social media, gets brand deals. I'm learning things about social media that, I didn't know, or, when it comes to creating content and things like that. And she's learning it all in this course, but also she's learning how to monetize herself in other ways outside of brand deals. And so again, that really sparked my curiosity because I was like, well, damn, that sounds like some beginner shit, and I can relate with the beginner shit. So, I kind of like had to hype myself up because I was like, again, here's a large creator. I can inquire about this information, but I don't know if she gonna, respond. So I, was like, God, if it's meant to be, I'll reach out to her and she'll respond back to me. And so I reached out to her, and she surprisingly responded back to me very quickly, gave me all the information, and really went, down, like told me everything step by step. Like, hey, I started with this course. It's called Digital Wealth Academy, and it's a done for you digital marketing course that you learn skills from. That's the perk of it. But the little extra perk is you can resell it as is, done or whatever. And I'm like, well, damn, is that like a pyramid scheme, like some recruit type shit? And she was like, well, no, like you literally, like that stuff be like MLMs and stuff like that. This is like people, they don't have to sell the course. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I think that's where a lot of people get this kind of the misconception about DW, like thinking like because you bought it, you have to sell it. If you don't want to sell it, baby, you don't. And I've had a lot of people that have bought Digital Wealth Academy off of me personally for their personal development. I've had consulting companies use this program to help their clients grow on social media or whatever like that, maybe create products for them. So again, there's so many different routes to take with it. So I was like, okay, but still, I was still on the fence because the price is $497, and where I was at in my like financially, I just thought that was a lot of money. And, at the time, I wasn't in that state of, you got to spend some money to make money. So I was like, well, girl, that's a lot of money, whatever. So she did explain to me later on after the second time I reached out to her, because y'all ain't gonna lie, I ghosted her the first time. And she explained to me that I could get the course on a payment plan. And so I was like, damn, that's kind of a win-win, but what's the catch? And so she was like, no, seriously, like you can get this course on a payment plan, and you can literally start earning while you're learning. And so I'm like, okay, so literally $125, I could start this journey and have access to this information. And so I was like, okay, but at the same time, I'm still on the motherfucking fence because you have a lot of followers. I don't have any followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any kind of clout on social media. Don't nobody know who I am. Hell, they didn't even buy my digital products. And so she was like, well, that's the really cool and amazing thing about this. Because this strategy really works and the skills that you're learning in here are high income skills, and people are willing to pay for these skills and pay actually way more, more money than just $497, like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, you can also use these skills to market yourself as a faceless creator, and you can make money that way. And I was like, well, at the time I didn't really think about it like that, because I'm like, essentially in some forms of UGC, you do that faceless and you're making money. So why can't you, do this faceless? But, again, it didn't click for me. And I was like, so you don't have to show your face, but you're going to be getting people to actually spend $500 with you. That's, I don't know. I don't know. Right. I'm definitely the person that's going to ask 21,000 questions. And so she was like, no, like I even took the time to create my own faceless page. Because again, she was like, I wanted to see it for myself. I didn't want to use my clout, my popularity on social media, or people just knowing who I am to get sales. So I went this route, followed what the course was saying in here to do. And I'm making money with like literally 50 followers. And I'm like, shit, I got 50 followers, you know what I'm saying? So that really kind of hyped me up. That was kind of like that final thing, like one, the high income skills and learning these things, and then also learning how to create other streams of income outside of Digital Wealth Academy. So I was like, okay, positive. And then I can get it on a payment plan. Okay, I can fuck with that because I might cancel it on your ass once I get in there. I ain't gonna lie, that's exactly what I was saying. So I was like, okay, I can get on a payment plan and I can start making money like before I even pay this shit off. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I really didn't have no, cons about, taking this leap other than me not having the money at the time. So I had told her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pray about it, girl, and I'm gonna fast about it. And I just hope and pray that God, tells me to go this way. Because he keeps saying digital marketing, but again, I tried it and it didn't work for me. So long story short, I end up finally doing it. I took my husband's credit card, sure did, and bought the course. And the moment that I got in, I was so like just I was like excited from day one. I'm a big energy person, and I felt just like an energy shift like when I got in here, because I was like, man, the way this is structured, it's all organized and stuff. The aesthetic is there. I'm like, damn. Then they were talking about mindset. And that's the part where I'm like, man, everybody and mama got these courses out here, and they again giving you that strategy, that copy and paste strategy that everybody know, but nobody's talking about mindset. Nobody's talking about the importance of like the mindset, and like it literally starts with there. Because again, you can, why do y'all think when some people like will copy off of the next big creator's content, and it can be the exact same thing that they did, use the exact same caption, use the exact same hashtags, but they content a flop? Mindset is everything. Like it really does start with that. And so that really like impressed me. And I was like, okay, like this ain't no just thrown together type of bullshit. It's not, you know? And so, I immediately dived in, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself 5 days to learn the modules. At the time when I got in here, y'all, it was only like 23 modules exactly. It was 23 modules in here. And it was very, goddamn, it was very just like, structured. It didn't really have too many different side hustles in here. It was just strictly just learning, training, marketing, branding, learning how to sell in your stories, learning how to sell in your DMs, Instagram training. Like it was just very like just, which I appreciated or whatever, because I even had a little experience, of me being a social media manager for a couple of big creators back in the day. Okay. And here I am. I'm like, I know shit about social media. I know what to do or whatever like that. Baby got in here and was like, what? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. And that was like actually a good feeling for me, because I was like, here I am. Because you know how you watch like a YouTube video, or hell, you may have bought a course or a program and you like, but I knew that. I paid for this and I knew that. So it kept me wanting to keep going. I'm not going to sit up here and say like it was easy to do, because here I am trying to consume all this information in 5 days, but I was so ready to change my financial situation. And again, I was excited about the information. I was like, man, this is about to be a different experience for me. This is about to be a different journey for me. So, gave myself 5 days learning information, hopped on the scene. I decided to go the route of Faceless because at the time I was just ashamed, and I didn't want my family in my business. I didn't want my, friends in my business at the time, and being like, here she go with another side hustle, and just really just having to deal with that, and I know, again, a lot of people, when they start, they go through the same thing. That's why I'm always telling people like, baby, fuck you. Okay, do what you got to do. But again, so I didn't want nobody in my business, but I was like, I'm going to do, and honestly, kind of having that, now that I think about it, kind of having that, I guess, that thought or that mind frame of going Faceless, it kind of made me feel safe. And that's why I was like, oh, baby, I'm about to go all in. I'm about to go all in. So I literally was posting 6 times a day, y'all. As a Faceless creator, I was posting 6 times a day. I was getting on live, and I would be on live just like I am now, and I would show people the course. Now, granted, on my page, y'all, it would be nothing but white women. And at the time, I'm only rocking with Instagram. But I'm showing up every day consistently, because that's what they was talking about. I'm really doing the trends. I'm following the viral reel systems. And, again, I'm using stock content, but still I'm, creating this content, literally following step by step what they're saying to do inside of this program. And I was growing. And again, that kind of messed me up, because here I am, then started a fresh page. And I'm like, damn, I didn't gain more followers than my own personal page that I didn't have for years. And so I'm like, man, this shit is really like, it literally is like a copy and paste. If you follow along what they saying, you gonna see some kind of action from it. Like if you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, damn, this shit is really working. Like, I mean, I guess I was at a point where I was like, I don't know if this shit really gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a try, because I'm excited. But like to actually see it working, it was working. And then, when I was on my 5th day is when I got my first sale. And I'll never forget, I was on live and I seen a notification come through, and I was like, oh my God, like, but then I was trying to be cool, because again, y'all, I'm Faceless. But I seen, the notification come through, and I'm like, I just made $500. Now, granted, I don't know if it was for my content or for my live, but like, I was like, I mean, yeah, I was posting a lot, but like, I was like, I just made $500, like selling something that ain't even mine. And like, it just, I don't know, it, from that moment, it like really hyped me up. And this is why I'm always telling like students and stuff like that, like, baby, when you get over that first little hump, that first sale, I'm telling you, it's a confident booster. And it's like going to make you like, oh, baby, it's over. I can do anything. Okay, baby, I'm about to make $1 million tomorrow. Like, that's how you feel. And so I just kept sticking with it. And then it was like, oh, I'm getting 2 sales in a day. I'm getting 3 sales in a day. And it was like the money was racking up, y'all. Literally, my first 30 days, I was already at like 17K. And it was just like, bruh, like how the hell? Like I was just like still in a mindset of like, damn, I'm worthy of this. Like I can't lie. And it just obviously I'm gonna keep with it, but I can't lie, as going through it. I kind of was like, okay, but I'm posting 6 times a day. I am on live for like an hour. This is a lot. I mean, it's definitely worth it because I am basically replacing my 9 to 5 income, but I still feel like I was doing a lot. But I continue to grow. And then I even started mentoring people and stuff like that. And that created like another stream of income somewhat, but I was really just kind of more so doing it for free. But yeah, so I'm making all this money. I'm excited or whatever like that, y'all. Long story short, within 90 days, I grew a faceless page, completely started from zero, y'all, to 22K followers. Y'all, I was so proud. I was so excited. Granted, I put in that motherfucking work though too. Let's not forget that, okay? But because I was posting so much, this is like right around the time, like I don't know if y'all remember when Instagram Reels, when they had like was really really pushing the reels and stuff like that to get the bonuses, and then they took away the bonuses. They started like spamming a lot of accounts, especially if you're posting like multiple times a day. And so I had kept getting these spam alerts, but shit, I ain't know nothing about Instagram. Like, I mean, I didn't know that type of stuff, and I didn't think to like do no research, and I would ignore them. And long story short, they end up like shutting down my account, y'all. When I tell y'all I was devastated, I thought my life was over. I thought that like, man, here's the way I was making money. I started this page. It grew so fast. Like, and now you mean to tell me I'm going to start all the way over? But it's important for me to say this because this is why we telling people I know people can do it. And, like if you stick with it and you're disciplined and you, again, have that mindset. So I was like, man, I ain't about to start a new page. And honestly, I don't want to be posting, 6-7 times a day. Like that's a lot. I feel like with my knowledge and things that I have gained from this program, baby, shit, I'm about to just pop up on the scene on my page. And again, at that point, and again, I always tell people, like, especially when you start making money, you start moving differently. You got shit to lose, baby. You move a little different. You know how people always like, oh, you changed because of the money. No, bitch, you changed. Okay, it's not me. I gotta change because I don't want to lose this shit. So I was like, you know what? I know what I'm talking about. At this point, I'm mentoring people. Some of my students have started making their first, sales and stuff like that. So fuck it. I'm about to just hop on the scene on my personal page. Now, granted, at the time on my personal page, I was doing like mom memes and stuff like that. But again, y'all, I had like 55 followers. So, I hopped on my page or whatever like that. And then I even started hopping on YouTube. And this is when I had like maybe 700 followers on YouTube or subscribers on YouTube, baby. When nobody watching my shit, I was trying to do vlogs. Girl, I was all over the place. I was doing hair tutorial, baby, whatever the hell I felt like it. I was posting that. I didn't know who I wanted to be in that space. And so I just literally was like, you know what? I'm going to kind of share because again, I was still kind of in my beginning stages, but I was making money and I wanted people to see, like, I guess secretly, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I guess I knew I was going to make some money in it. And so I wanted to capture the experience, but I wanted people to know too, because I ain't going to lie, that's a good selling point. Because maybe if you see that I'm making this money as a beginner, you can do the shit too. I'm just going to be honest. So I started documenting my experience and really just showing people like, hey, y'all, this is all I be doing. Like, it's not that deep. As you can see, I don't have an aesthetic type of, like content. Like, that's not who I am. I literally film myself when we could, baby, go to Target, little things like that, going to Dunkin' Donuts, going to the, like, literally, like, I would show people like, girl, I ain't even buying the shit. And I know a lot of people resonated with that. And I would just show people like, I'm just taking stuff off the shelf, put it in the cart and putting that shit right back. And this is how I'm creating content. Didn't cost me nothing. And if I can do this, you can do it. And so people really started resonating with it. And like from there, then my mentorship really kind of like, I ain't gonna say blew up, but it had got to a point where I literally had 75 students at once. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but like it was taking off. And girl, all of this wouldn't have happened if it was not for this program. And kind of fast and forward, kind of get into my mentorship and coaching people and doing all of that. Then I decided, to kind of branch off and do my own thing and create my own program strictly for moms. It's called the Mompreneur Method. But again, none of this would have happened if I didn't have, the right mindset, if I didn't believe in myself, and if I wasn't disciplined enough to actually go through this program. So this is why I always try to get on here, show people this is a great great beginner way to start earning passive income outside of your 9 to 5. Hell, some people lead a 9 to 5 if that's something that you're interested in. But one thing about really any way to make money, you're going to need to learn how to market. You're going to need to learn how to sell, and you need these type of skills. And instead of, necessarily going back to school, no, ain't nothing wrong with that. But like, having, a safety net is a nice thing too. So it's like, even with investing in this program, if you decide that you don't want to do nothing with it, I've had students where they're like, I'm like, baby, I ain't talked to you in 7 months. I thought you, whatever. That was like, oh, I'm doing something else, but I'm going to start selling again. So that's the really cool thing, because this program, not only are you learning high income skills, you're also learning, different streams of income. And then you also can, again, always resell this course, because once you're in, you have lifetime access to it. So again, I just try to quickly get on here and show y'all this is how I got started. If you have any questions, this program right now is on sale for $100 off. It's really one of those type of things that you just kind of need like in your back pocket to have. Because again, like no matter if you have a storefront business, a digital product business, because I know some people, they're like, girl, I'm already selling planners, workbooks and stuff like that. I'm just not getting sales. This program is going to help you and aid you, because it has personally helped me and so many others. Literally, over 121,000 people. I always tell people, when I first got in here, y'all, it was 42,000 people. It was 42,000 people. And, now just a little bit over a year, it's 122,000, almost 22,000 members in here. So again, this is Digital Wealth Academy 2.0 officially. This is an affiliate program, so it's 85% commission. And what that means is, because I know when people hear affiliate, like, hell no, girl, but this ain't no low commission, boo. This that good commission, that unheard of commission. This every time you sell this program, you get 85% commission. That is $422. So the program is $497. And if you decide that you want to sell it, you can walk away with $422 every single time. But keeping in mind that the work is done for you. Everything in here is already structured, and people want these skills, right? And if you purchase it, you can sell it to other people. But again, if that's a route that you don't want to take, you can also use these skills and apply them to a business that you already have. You can, maybe you have a different course or a different program that you've had for a while, and you're just like, hey, I want to be able to sell this. You can use that for this, because I know a lot of students that have different courses, and they weren't selling them. And then when they got inside Digital Wealth Academy, they were able to sell that course in DWA. So that's an option. You can also learn how to create your very own course if that's something that you want to do and take that route. Again, so many different paths with going this route, and that's the really cool thing, and why this is such a trending thing to do, and why it's $1 trillion industry. Essentially, Digital Wealth Academy does come in multiple languages. So if you are bilingual, girl or sir, it does come in Espanol, French, Italian, Dutch, German, Portuguese, and some other languages. And you can sell it in that, if that's like the way you want to get the learning, the training, you can get it if that's your thing. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly go through just like how it's set up. So this essentially is the landing page of DWA. This is what it looks like when you get in here, girl. So when you get it tonight, baby, this is where you're going to start. Okay. So this is where you can navigate the different tabs and everything like that. One thing I also want to mention with Digital Wealth Academy, y'all, it also comes with not just the training, but also master classes. And I don't know if y'all ever did like any kind of like high end mentorship from 7-8 figure earners, baby. They be taxing. They be wanting 10 stacks. Okay. So this is actually included when you get it. So when you get lifetime access to this program, you can also attend these master classes, and they're hosted on a weekly basis. So teaching you how to scale your business from 0 to 10K, 100K months. So again, giving you that additional support on top of the training that you see in here. This is the community tab. This is where you're going to find different updates, things going on, if there's any issues, any kind of like promotion going on. Like we are actually having an event in Miami. So that's going to be really exciting. I hope to see so many people that I've got, gotten started with Digital Wealth Academy there, because we're going to be lit. Okay. But this is where all the updates is at on this tab here. And you can just navigate here. You can also come in here when you get inside, introduce yourself, and you may have a few people want to follow you, support you on your journey. Because again, in this, y'all, you around like-minded individuals. Okay. I want to quickly go into the testimonies, because I always love sharing my story. And that's one thing that I'm always going to do. But, I know it's important not just to just take my word for it. Okay, girl? Because everybody here, it's multiple people, black, white, men, young, old, right? But this person here, Zoe just got her first sale. Hey, sis. You okay? I just wanted to share a quick testimony with the community. I recently made my first sale through Digital Wealth Academy, and I'm really excited. There were times I felt stuck and didn't know what to do, but I kept showing up, learning and applying what I was taught, and it finally paid off. This is just a reminder to anyone still trying to figure things out. Don't give up, stay consistent, take action, and trust the motherfucking process. Your time is coming too. Congrats, Zoe. That's what's up. Phyllis here just posted this 2 hours ago, y'all. I love doing okay with the lotto picture. Or what's her name? Not Lotto. Lizzo. Lizzo, my bad, y'all. I hit $2,998, and honestly, I'm letting it sink in. I'm honestly feeling so emotional right now. I just hit. Is she saying? Yeah, I'm thinking she's saying money. Because she didn't say followers. I can't stop thanking God for how far I've come. This isn't just a number, it's a reminder of every quiet moment I chose not to give up. Every time I showed up, even when I doubted myself. Every lesson, girl, you better have me crying and shit. Every little win is all that matters. Big love to Rachel Jova, who's the creator, for her powerful training and guidance. This was the spark that helped me believe I could really do this. Okay, sis, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love reading, like especially beginner testimonies, because it really is such a good feeling. Because I'm telling you, when you get over that initial hump, it's just such a good feeling. I can't say that enough. This person here, James Evelyn, said, tonight I give all glory to God. Okay, because one thing about us in DWA, baby, we love us some Jesus. We love us some God. Hey, Tori. He said, he just crossed 60K. What'd you say, baby? I don't know, girl. You vlogging? I'm honestly so grateful for God. Or I'm honestly so grateful to God tonight. I just hit 60K and it still feels a bit unreal. It didn't come easy, but I discovered a strategy that changed everything. One shift, one decision, and things started falling into place. If you're still struggling, don't give up. The right strategy can turn your story around just like it did mine. This is the beginning. Let's just keep pushing forward, y'all. And again, that's another thing that I really like about going through the testimonies, and I'm always telling people to do that. Y'all, I'm sorry, my phone greasy as hell, ain't it? Y'all ain't even saying nothing. My bad. Let me wipe this off. Where the camera at? My bad, y'all. It was a little dirty. I be greasy, y'all. I mean, it be the shea butter. My bad. I mean, that look a little bit. My computer greasy too, but my bad. But yeah. But I like that people will come in here and give like their personal strategies and stuff. And again, that's the really good thing about being a part of a community. So again, you have this training, you have these master classes that you're getting, but then you also have a community of people doing the same thing that you're doing, going through the same struggles. And I don't know about you, hearing other people's stories, that shit is inspiring. You know what I mean? So that congrats to him as well. This person here said, as a stay-at-home mom 16 months ago, I started my journey with fear, but I was more scared of staying stuck and not accomplishing my own dreams. No experience, not tech savvy at all. Now making my own digital products, even got my own bundle for DWA. I just hit over 20K on my stand store, not counting beacons, over 35K in a total of 16 weeks, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is really changing people's lives, because here's a product that you ain't got to take time and create, you know what I'm saying? And you're just promoting it. And the fun thing about it is we all promote this product differently, but the common denominator and what people need to understand is you're going to take something away from this product regardless if you decide that you want to sell it or not. So that's the really cool and amazing thing about it. And to see so many people, go so many different ways with it, again, really kind of amplifies the fact that Digital Wealth Academy really is a winning strategy, regardless if you want to resell it, if you want to use it for your own personal development, if you want to use it for a different course, if you want to learn how to create your own, you know what I mean? So again, so I love personally always going into the testimonies and, reading it, and just, staying in that reminder, you know what I mean? Because there's days, y'all, I like to be completely honest, where I don't make money. There's days where I don't show up and I do make money, but I have $0 days, you know what I'm saying? But, luckily my business typically kind of averages around, $400 to $3,000, all from getting on live. And I do promote, pieces of content, a lot of people that I know that are still kind of like on the fence, like, well, girl, I'm just scared. I don't know where to start. Like, that's the thing, like your personality and you talking about things that you enjoy, because y'all, that's all I be doing. But just finding a way, and again, finding the way is the skills that you're going to learn inside of DWA. to tie it back to digital, y'all, we market to people every single day. We are, always doing things or trying things on our word of mouth, essentially. But when you're sending someone to someone else's business, when you telling somebody, girl, go check out Red Lobster seafood boil, and somebody go get it, baby. Red Lobster got that money, not you. That is a form of affiliate marketing. You just didn't get paid for it. And so the more, I would say, the faster that people will get comfortable with, knowing that you already are doing this. And this is why I'm so passionate about helping moms, because it's like, moms, they be like, girl, I'm scared to run a business, or I don't know if I can do it, or whatever. And it's like, girl, you run a whole household on a daily business. Like, you're already doing, we just got to think differently about it, but you can be doing this. And, I still currently work my 9 to 5, but so many people have walked away from their 9 to 5s. You can do this passively. You know what I mean? In no way am I saying this is a get rich quick scheme. But to have that passive money come through, and people always ask me all the time, like, girl, you get on live and you say the same thing every single day. And I'm like, why do you think I do that? Why do you think I'm here? I'm just going to be honest. Why do you think I'm here? Okay. So this is what I'm saying, and again, I'm not saying like, you can just start day one on live and you're going to get sales. You maybe could, I don't know. Everybody's journey in this is completely different. And like I said, that's the really cool thing, to see so many different journeys and so many different paths, but to lead to a lot of them, for the ones that are disciplined and actually go through this training, seeing success. There's a reason why Digital Wealth Academy is the #1 fastest growing digital marketing course in the school platform. And you can look that up when you go into school. Ooh, girl, I gotta hurry up. My baby daddy here. Ooh, okay, let me hurry up. So yeah, y'all. So inside, this is the actual training. Everything is a video instruction. There are like a couple of little templates and stuff in here, but everything, 99% is video instruction. So, quite, bite-sized information. I would say some of the videos are a little bit longer than others, but very structured in a way where you can kind of really just take what you need and leave what you don't. But I will say, as a person that gets Digital Wealth Academy, it's definitely worth going through at least everything on this first page once. Okay, don't be I don't need that, I'm gonna skip around, because I thought that too. And then I got in there and I was like, okay, wow, I didn't know that. So again, this is not surface level information that you're going to necessarily just find on YouTube. This is information that you're learning from 7-8 figure, earners, and how they're able to scale their business fairly quickly. So keep that in mind. You have this Start Here module here, where it's just a quick overview again of, kind of choosing those different paths that you can take with Digital Wealth Academy. And really, this is why I'm always telling people, don't skip over this module, because it's important to understand that. Because again, I was talking about this earlier on live, how a lot of people get into this because they're like, oh, I seen Sierra, says that she makes all this money from just reselling DWA. Girl, I want you to get in here and learn this information, because you may decide to create your own business, your own course, and you do numbers surpassing DWA. So again, don't limit yourself, and really go in there and understand that you do have options with this, and you have like basically pivot options available to you. So that's the really cool thing about that. They also talk about mindset training in here, which is very, very important. Like I mentioned, that was one of the things that really kind of stood out to me, because it wasn't just training, it's like mindset, and how that is 90% of really anything that you do in order to see success with it. So that's again another really good module to go through. Another thing in the Start Here module that I have to mention, because this is really changing the game for a lot of people and a lot of my students personally, the Digital Wealth Bot. So if you're familiar with ChatGPT, essentially they have ChatGPT strictly for Digital Wealth Academy. So literally everything tied to Digital Wealth Academy, it can literally help you with your strategy, tell you what modules you need to go into based off of like what you're struggling with. You just type in what you need, what you're struggling with, and it's going to give you a game plan. So that's something that's definitely worth going through, and really can help you kind of like jumpstart your strategy without you feeling like, oh my God, I just took in all this information and I don't know where to go. They have this intro into digital marketing. I like to talk about this model just because, again, if you are a complete beginner, girl, if you ain't never been on social media, don't know shit about social media. If you ain't never used a phone, whatever, like it's important to, again, understand what digital marketing basics is, and really just get it out of your head that it's not that deep. That's basically what it is, okay? They have this digital product crash course. This is something that I always tell people, like, as you go through the whole Digital Wealth Academy, because I want you to go through the whole thing, because I want you to have longevity in this. This is one of those things that you can kind of stay in. And again, y'all, this is not something that you just going through one time. When you get Digital Wealth Academy, and one thing that I always tell my people in general, you stay in it. I try to go in here once a day. I mean, obviously I get on live, so I go in here this way, but I try to go in and like watch a couple of modules a day and really just kind of stay up on my craft, because it's not about, when it comes to promoting a done for you digital product like Digital Wealth Academy, it's not about you being an expert and knowing everything. It's about knowing that, hey, I have this tool that if somebody does ask me a question while I'm on live, or if one of my people that bought it from me asks me a question, I know, because I'm familiar with the information, where to go, where to find it, and I know that I can get an answer. So if you are someone who been on the fence about like, oh, I don't want to get it because I'm afraid to talk about it and I don't know, it's not about you knowing everything. You're not the creator of this program, and that's the perk of going the done for you route. This program is already working, it's already selling, it's already made a name for itself. Essentially, you are just getting on the bandwagon, if you really, think about it like that. So please don't let that hold you back. They also go over foundation, just the 4 key factors into building your business. So your why, the niche effect, and like understanding like, why are you doing this, and having a really good checklist on before you even start promoting this offer. Because a lot of people, again, get this sometimes and they just kind of hop on it, but it's really important to know, like, who are you going to talk to? So you feel comfortable talking to them. It shouldn't feel forced. It shouldn't really feel uncomfortable. Like, you can be nervous as a beginner, but if it feels like, okay, I'm doing something because I see somebody else doing it and I just am trying to make some money, maybe you're going to be wasting your time. So the foundation is really, really important to go over. And again, one of those modules where you definitely want to kind of like find yourself constantly going in, I think so. Okay. They have just an explanation of how the affiliate program works. So like I mentioned, it's 85% commission, which is really, really good. Again, that's $422 every time you sell this product. They go over pre-launching, how to really build like curiosity online, especially when you get like Digital Wealth Academy, or you can apply these skills, y'all, everything that you learn in here to whatever else. That's the perk of it. They have different online store setups that you can get started with. So again, helping you with everything that you need. So how you're going to be able to sell Digital Wealth Academy and what online store you decide that you choose with, they have these different options in here. I know they do have some more modules coming soon because there are different store platforms that are going to be available. But again, they have that information available for you. You're going to learn about email marketing. Huge thing. Matter of fact, when I get off of this live today, I'm about to send out an email letting people know that, hey, you only got a few more hours to get Digital Wealth Academy for $100 off. And I find that email marketing, y'all, is so beneficial. And I used to think it was so dated, so like, oh, who sends emails? It's giving grandma. But it really is important when it comes to actually scaling your business. And an email list can really change the game for you, because that gives you the opportunity to actually really own your audience. When your following is strictly on one platform, not everybody gonna follow you over to the next platform or whatever. So again, and if a platform shuts down, you get hacked, you lose your page, you lose all the motherfucking followers. So it really is important to build an email list and utilize email marketing really in any kind of business that you're doing, whether it's a storefront, you do hair, girl, whatever. Send out them goddamn emails, baby, because people they gonna pay attention. You're gonna learn how to build trust with your audience. This is the key to selling anything, y'all. Having that good energy and having confidence, but making people trust you, making people actually, well, I don't want to say making people, because I ain't making nobody do nothing. Building the trust, okay? And people have to like you before they buy shit from you, okay? They also have a content vault in here. And this is the whole idea of this being a done for you course. They give you marketing content for you to use that you can promote it as is, or you can take out like the pictures of the person behind it. But essentially the information on the templates are different things that you can share in your story that are proven. I think that's important to really say, proven things that are working for people. You know what I'm saying? So different like flyers, story posts of just saying like, hey, what is a digital product? What is digital marketing? So you can promote to your audience, because your job, if you decide to go the route of promoting DWA, you are going to be educating, you're going to be motivating, you're going to be inspiring your audience to essentially invest in Digital Wealth Academy if you want to resell this program. You're going to learn branding, attraction marketing, selling in your stories, how to sell in your DMs. If you are into the whole faceless thing and you don't want to show your face, they have a model strictly catered to you, and showing you like how to show up, different creative ways to show up, and just being able to basically, they help you, just guide you through going the faceless route. They have these done for you reels in there. I wouldn't worry about going through that model, not necessary, but if you want to grow, do your thing. A men's module strictly for the guys, men's and digital marketing. As you can see, I haven't went through that module because I ain't a man. I ain't a man, y'all. All things Instagram. Again, another really cool thing about Digital Wealth Academy, I can't say this enough, outside of reselling the course, if you just want to learn how to grow on Instagram and start positioning yourself where brands will start paying attention to you, you're going to learn a lot of information in this Instagram module. It's very detailed as fuck. The average person just wants to grow on Instagram. And as you can see, y'all, all these different pillars are videos that you watch that's going to help you learn this information. And again, something that you always have access to like, damn, I'm struggling with my motherfucking IG stories. Boom, they have this video on mastering IG stories and how to, again, position it to actually do well, make people engage with you and stuff like that. You're also going to learn, girl, about putting together like your own digital product guide and creating like your own digital product through Canva, like literally step by step of how you can rebrand digital products and different PLRs that are included in DWA. I'm gonna talk about that on the last page, but basically learning how to just create your own digital products in Canva, and they walk you through step by step. And if you're not familiar with Canva, they have a module on that as well. You're going to learn about the viral reel system and the step-by-step formula of creating viral content. A lot of people think it's just filming and fuck the caption, fuck the the hook on the screen. But honestly, it's the total opposite. You have to start with your hook and your caption, and then you film last. I didn't know that. I thought it was like, oh, I thought I was just the luck of the draw. But no, there is a strategy behind it. If you utilize that, one, it would just save you so much time of posting content that's not performing well. So they help you with coming up with like, your formula and doing what works. And sometimes it's even just seeing what somebody else is doing, but spinning it, taking that same style and make it your own. Same thing, reels. You're gonna learn everything reels, how to create reels and everything like that, and how y'all, reels are like the number one way to get visibility on your brand, whatever it is that you're trying to do online. Strictly content creation. They have again some like a content bank for you if you're into that and you want to use stock content. But there's so many other websites that you can use outside of Digital Wealth Academy. It's cool, but you can get some other shit too. For the people that be like, girl, I don't know how to edit. How am I gonna edit these videos? I'm scared. Maybe they got CapCut editing in here for you. Photography, videography, and these are great modules if you just are wanting to learn how to use your camera and get into the apertures and all that bullshit and stuff like that. Baby, I don't know nothing about it, but it is really good information. Like I was like simple little things that I learned when I went through them. I was like, okay, I ain't know that. Like going into your settings and doing things like that to really, give good quality. And one thing that I always tell people about DWA, these modules in here, y'all, are they're really packed with really good information. And nobody can take the knowledge that you gain and you learn from that. So another cool thing, you can turn around and take these modules and create your own digital product, your spin-off of it, and what you gain from it, and sell it, promote it, give it away as a freebie if that's what you want to do, especially if it's something that you're interested in. So that's another way to really kind of capitalize and make money or make income from that. Like I mentioned before, they do have a Canva Essentials module. So when you get into the space of digital marketing, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to be using Canva. There are other sites, but Canva's just kind of like that, girl, that beginner friendly. I mean, the cheapest, I think, but they do have a free version as well. So they do give you, this module in here. Again, another very detailed module that literally shows you step by step what to do, how to edit different digital products in here, how to create a brand kit, how to use the different elements and images in here to, create whatever it is that you're trying to create. If it's templates, folders, or whatever. Like I have a student that I work with, she creates, and I was like, I just can't believe. I mean, I'm not saying this in a hating way, but like when I say girlfriend be making money, she literally makes like birthday flyers and sells them on Etsy. And like when I say sis be doing numbers, I'm like, God damn. Like, so again, y'all, like there's so many different ways. If you have a phone and Wi-Fi in 2025, there's no excuse for you to be broke. Point blank period. Okay. But yeah, they go through all things Canva inside of that module. And again, very, very detailed. You'll learn how to automate your business in this module here, maintaining loyal customers and keeping people coming back. Instead of them buying something from you one time, we want to keep them coming back, increasing the offer, giving them more value, obviously. But, whatever you're offering, maintaining loyal customers, okay? How to legally protect your business. You're going to learn more about affiliate marketing. And again, just that foundational piece of understanding, like your ass really be doing it every day. And I don't know why you ain't capitalized off of it. If you've been wanting to learn like TikTok shop and how to get monetized on TikTok, That's in that module here. So again, y'all, different streams of income outside of just reselling this course. So please get it out of your head of thinking all you gotta do is resell the course record. That's cool. That's the easy way. That's the easy route. But there are so many different ways and so many different side hustles within this side hustle, if that makes sense. Here's a newer module that's connecting and converting on TikTok Lives. This is a great module. I need to go back through it. I've already went through it like 2 times now. Of different, like, she does a really good job explaining like how to really navigate this TikTok space, because it's a lot, girl. I feel overwhelmed when I be on here. I really do. But I'm learning, and every time I go back in and kind of listen to what Robin is saying, I'm like, okay, different settings. She talks about violations, TikTok no-nos, because there's certain like phrases and things that you can't say. Baby, I didn't even know, y'all know, because my daughter, she be quick to hit me in my head or something, or pop up in the screen. Having your kids on here, like, there's a lot of just information, and like I said, she does a really, really good job on here, and this is kind of like her main platform. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me hurry up and get over here. UGC course, like I told y'all, that is the side hustle that I was doing at first. And I was definitely making money in it, so again, it's not about necessarily, to me, I don't know about y'all, I definitely want to make as much money as I possibly can, don't get me wrong, but having multiple streams, even if it is a lower dollar amount compared to reselling the course or whatever, it's, baby, I got money working for me all different ways. That should be the goal. But again, another great side hustle, if you are someone that has 0 followers and you want to get free products, you want to work with brands, or you just want to start building up your portfolio to maybe eventually kind of fall into the influencer thing, a UGC is a great starting point for you. And the fact that you can have 0 followers and get brand deals, get free products, get on brands PR list, that is a great module for you to go through. And again, can't say it enough, very detailed, very, 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 very detailed. Like, this type of information that you're getting in here could be its own course in itself, because this goes over everything to help you get started in the UGC space, from literally how to film your content, how to script your content, how to email different brands. Like, baby, she go over everything. As you can see, I'm still going down here, and as y'all see, those are just, look, if I open these up, it's so much information. And again, video instruction, text on the screen, easy to take in this information. Oh, I forgot. Every time I do that, it made me go all the way back. You're going to learn how to create your own course here. This is what I personally use to create my own course, the Mompreneur Method, which is actually on sale the whole month of July, y'all. So if you are a mama and business minded and you've been wanting to get in the digital marketing space, girl, I'm telling you right now, NPM is going to be there. That is something that is near and dear to my heart, because I'm so serious about helping moms make money online. And baby, I don't want the process to be complicated for you. And I know sometimes a lot of moms, their time is limited. As much as I love Digital Wealth Academy, I always like to be honest and tell people this program is something that you have to be willing to be a student in. You have to be committed to it and go in here and learn this training, because of how fast it goes. You got to go back and watch it a few times, because, the people they talking a little fast. I like to be completely honest about that. So that's why I decided to create my program by taking the skills that I learned from Digital Wealth Academy and put it in there, but make it in a way where it's like you're having a good conversation with your homegirl, podcast style feel. So, when you're dropping the kids off at their sports, or you're in the carpool line, you're doing the dishes, whatever, you can listen to this training and actually be able to grasp of what's going on and how to implement it in your business. But I'll show you NPM before I get off here. I'm coming back. You're going to learn high ticket, sorry, y'all. My bad. You're going to learn high ticket sales masterclass. And this is just like word for word scripts that you can use basically, and learning how to like master selling essentially. So that's what you're going to learn in there. They have drop shipping. If that's something else that you want to learn, baby, I'm telling you, drop shipping. I got to get back on my stuff. But great way, because y'all, that's something that you can get started with for $0. Create your little design on Canva, baby, go on Printify. They talk about that in there. And start selling cute little cups, designs, all that type of stuff, y'all. Again, different ways to make money. You're going to learn ChatGPT, learning how to utilize it to scale your brand and your business, personalizing all that in there. They also even have workouts and wellness plans for you if that's something that you're into. Or maybe you're just in the fitness niche or whatever. That'd be a great module for you to go through. But I did one of the little leg day workouts and stuff too. But I just didn't have all the equipment and shit that she had. You know what I mean? But still, all things Pinterest if you want to learn how to monetize yourself on Pinterest and pinning things, like that is truly a hobby, but you can monetize it, y'all, and that's dope. It's what, like one day I'm gonna be that girl, but I ain't got there yet. But it is really, really good information inside that module. Monetizing on YouTube, monetizing with Amazon. Great module to go through if you would like to get approved for the Amazon influencer program, or you've been trying to apply and you haven't been getting approved. I know a lot of people that said that they go through this module and get approved. Print on demand, network marketing, how to blend two businesses, the art of influence, selling on Facebook. Again, so much good information. And lastly, I never really show this as much, but again, another side hustle within DWA is this PLR Vault. And these are like done for you private label items such as like guides, a planner, a playbook that you can use and sell them as is, or again, customize and make it your own, add on some more to it and sell them. You can sell them for low ticket, high ticket, anywhere really on average. I've seen it like $17 all the way up to like $99. You can bundle them together and you'd be surprised what low ticket items can do for you as well outside of just selling DWA. So again, this is the program that taught me everything that I know, the program that helped me launch my program, MPM, and it is on sale, y'all. It does not appear to be on sale. Okay, so it's like when it gets on sale, you got to get it. The fact that you can get it on a payment plan is just kind of like a win-win. So you can get in here, start learning this training, start learning these skills, attend the master classes. Like I said, we also are having an event. So a great networking opportunity to meet some of the community members inside of Digital Wealth Academy and like collaborate, get some good vibes from, and, just really share stories. That's the part that I like about it. And just meeting so many people like in this space, because it really is exciting. A lot of the times, a lot of us don't have the support from our family and friends just because they don't get it. And, it can be, a little, like it can hurt your feelings sometimes. But, so I love being a part of a community where, again, we all on the same type of shit. We all on the come up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all, get Digital Wealth Academy while it's on sale. It will be on sale only until tomorrow, girl. So you better get it. It's $100 off. If you are needing to get this program on a payment plan, I'm going to tell you now, go ahead and go to Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, do what you got to do, get you a virtual card, but everything will be linked in my bio. If you have questions, I do free 15-minute calls just to give people a little bit more in-depth information, because I know sometimes people have just a little bit more, they want to know a little bit more. Just let me know, shoot me a DM or write me a message on here. But yeah, y'all, before I get off of here, I got to show you my program, because my program is also on sale. But one thing that I am doing is, if you get Digital Wealth Academy and you are a mom, I'm also throwing in MPM absolutely free. And that is 2 done for you digital product courses that you can resell, that you ain't do none of the motherfucker work for, girl. So it's like a win-win situation. So I got to quickly show you MPM, because again, DWA helped me do all of this. Ooh, I got to approve somebody, y'all. But let me quick. I ain't gonna read the testimonies today, y'all. I'm gonna get straight into the training, because my husband looking at me like, bitch, it's date night. What's going on? So again, when I put together this program, y'all, and stay tuned, because I'm dropping my promotion is happening next week. Okay, I've been doing a terrible job promoting MPM, but you're gonna see me next week. But when I put together this program, it was in the mindset of, how can I solve people's problems that are not taking off with Digital Wealth Academy, how I would like to see them take off. And a lot of the women would always tell me that it was a time thing, not being able to be glued to their screens, for hours a day to learn information so they can apply it to their business. It wasn't that, different courses that they had, even outside of Digital Wealth Academy, weren't good enough. Again, they just didn't have the time to go through it. So I was like, man, it really ain't that deep. Like, sometimes it's the way we learn and the way we hear things and the way things are like presented to us can really guide the way that we decide to go on our journey. So I was like, a lot of my students would tell me like, man, Sierra, you should create your own program or whatever, because the way you explain shit, it really be like, it really ain't that deep, but it's like, it feels like it's that deep, but like the way you explain it, it's just so much simpler. And so, it kind of like sparked my curiosity for a while. I didn't want to do it. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I got to do it for the mamas, because, one thing about, living a life through chaos, the different to-do lists, all that, child, it's overwhelming. Being a mom is overwhelming. It's already just not enough time in the day, let alone working a 9 to 5. if y'all know about you, I homeschool my kids and stuff like that. Doing that, it's a lot, child. And then trying to learn a new skill that you already don't feel comfortable in a space, is unfamiliar to you. It's a lot. So again, I wanted to create something where I was like, you know what? I don't want this to feel like training. Like essentially, yeah, you're getting trained, you're getting the skills that you need to learn, but baby, you talking to me, girl, you my homegirl. And I noticed that really helped with so many people, and just breaking it down in more in a simple way, but then also implementing God and the importance of that, along with, again, mindset. I'm always going to talk about that, and just having, again, a good conversation, but explaining how you can learn high income skills to create your very first digital product, or promote a digital product like Digital Wealth Academy or other digital products. And so that's how the mompreneur method was kind of, made. And then on top of me mentoring and, constantly always repeating myself over and over and over, I was like, I might as well put this in something, because that is what digital marketing is. Being able to put something together and sell it over and over and over. Hell, why don't I do that and just create my own thing? So as you can see, the training is literally, everything is mama based. That is the theme of the program, clearly. And again, I am big on Jesus, the Lord, uh, and just, spirituality in general when it comes to your business. So I do talk about that in the Start Here module. I welcome you with a prayer, tell you how NPM was created, and also I go over I have like an attachment of guidelines and things in there provided for you, so you can know how the program works. This is 100% profit when you resell it. So it's not affiliate or anything like that. The program is $177, but like I said, the whole month of July, because it's my birthday, girl, it's only $77. But this is a done for you digital marketing system that literally, I feel like, helps you really just get to that point of getting to your first sale. Okay, so whether it's with NPM or with your own offer, or maybe a different course that you've been promoting for a while and you just ain't got the sales. So again, the training is a lot similar to Digital Wealth Academy, but just imagine a little hood spin on it, okay? I definitely am a cusser, so I do cussing here, baby. Again, this ain't no structured training, so if that's what you're looking for, this ain't it. I'm just telling you now, since I don't want to waste your time. But, again, real just easily broken down, easy to digest, and something where you don't have to sit and stare at the screen. Again, I wanted to create something where it was like you was talking to your homegirl, so that's what this is. So I go over how to sell psychology, and the strategy of it, because one thing that I feel like, baby, I can do is I can sell some, maybe anything, okay? Branding, marketing, digital marketing basics, again, the way everything is broken down, creating your foundation as a mom. And again, I know the importance of, like as I work on my business and everything like that, I still need to talk about my feelings as well. So it's definitely some emotional, like energy tied to this. A lot of the training, to be completely honest, is different journal prompts that I had used that was working for me. And I started using things like on my students, and I seen that I was working. So it really is like something that's really near and dear to my heart. And I really feel like the thing that aided me to, hitting, like, I guess, my first pillar of success in this business module. So I'm just a big believer. If I can do it, I know other moms can as well. So that's why this program was created. I go over live streaming, as y'all see me 24/7, probably more than you see my content. I'm usually always on live, and just the power of that, because it really can like help you in your business, how to set up your store. Baby, this is gonna have to get updated. How to set up your shop. So setting up your digital storefront business, whether it's stand store, beacons. Girl, I'm gonna have to put some old store options in here, apparently. How to launch this program successfully. And one thing that I tell a lot of moms, I actually had a few moms that have been using this to create, like, to promote other offers. But although I created this module to successfully sell, hey, Rose Sally girl, how to sell NPM, you can utilize this for DWA, for a different offer. Same strategy, just plug and play, obviously, whatever that offer is. But literally step by step, I talk about pre-launch and post-launching, how to sell without paid ads. Because one thing about it, baby, all of my sales have came organically from me being on live or me creating content. No ads needed, boo. Your daily strategy, what to do after like your first initial post, what to talk about when you haven't got any sales, all things like that. And I'm a plug and play type of girl, because baby, I believe in working smarter, not harder. So I give you different thread posts ideas, Instagram post ideas, straight up promo ideas, educational posts, all of that you can use. You can take these examples, and you can always put them in your chat GPT, have it extend, give you more examples off of that, but at least you have a good starting point. So again, I believe in work smarter, not harder. So that's what you're going to learn in here. And again, you can use it for your own business. But yeah, y'all, this is NPM. There's already 15 plus modules. I'm going to be dropping some more modules very, very soon. Like I said, July is my birthday month, so that's why I'm doing this sale of $77. But yeah, we're a growing community of moms, and I really wanted to be intentional about this. So again, y'all gonna see a lot of NPM here in a second. Okay, I've been taking my time a little bit, but either way, both programs I think go really well together. So if you just, like I said, if you get Digital Wealth Academy, that's why I'm gonna throw in NPM, especially if you're a mom. But if you get NPM, having Digital Wealth Academy is still, that training in there really is amazing. Like I said, I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't invest in that program. But either way, digital marketing has truly changed my life. And when I seen that, me being able to get to be myself and do this, I'm just grateful. Like, I'm just like, God, I'm grateful for, being where I'm at. So I'm gonna put the mamas on. So that's why I get on here more daily. Can I say daily, y'all? That's why I get on here a lot and try to share my journey, share some of my students' journeys, and share how you can get started as a complete beginner, with zero following, with no tech skills, no social media experience, and learn these skills to resell the program, learn these skills to create your own program, learn these skills to sell a different program or whatever. But the choice is yours. But at the end of the day, the important is learning to invest in yourself and believe that you're worthy, so you can start creating passive income for yourself, your family, or whatever. But yeah, y'all. So that was pretty much my live today. If y'all have any questions, like I said, feel free to shoot me a message, shoot me a DM on Instagram. My name is the same across all platforms, Cierra Johnna, Cierra Johnna. I always try to do a Q&A on my Instagram every Friday. I went ahead and did one day because, I figured, tomorrow the holiday, and I'm trying to be outside. But not for the holiday, but I'm just trying to be outside. So yeah, but if you have any questions, reach out. And like I said, if you are interested in getting the program, just click the link in my bio. If you want to get the program on a payment plan, you definitely can. But I'm just telling you now, you're going to want to go to like Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, set you up an account, get you a virtual card, girl, and then check out, okay? But all right, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope everybody has an amazing holiday. Where the hell is the stop share screen button? But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see y'all next week. I'm probably not gonna be on live tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I might, because again, y'all, I be feeling so bad when people don't be getting DWA on sale, and I'm like, sis, I tried to tell you to get it, okay? So I don't know when they're gonna do another sale again, y'all. I'm just telling you. So get it while you can for $397 because it is a steal. The master classes alone are worth $3,000. The UGC module that I showed you, easily worth the price of what Digital Wealth Academy is. And to get it on a paper plan and start, baby, you better start. You better motherfucking start. But okay, y'all, I will see y'all later, okay? Bye.